What you got?
Joe, starting the game, going down the field, slow starts have been a problem. He gets in there and he takes you right down and scores.
Yeah.
Seemed like a pretty special moment.
That was awesome. 2 for 2 and a touchdown. No better way to go out on the last day on the blue, really. I mean, you start fast, you complete your passes. Guys played hard. Just a lot of respect for all these guys. Certainly Joe. I mean, those senior years are so important to him. He worked so hard to get where he is, and they can get great progress, and then that ankle happens, and so it's hard. But he's handled it great, and hopefully he's going to get some more good time this last bowl game.
I know earlier in the week you said that he'd probably be limited because you don't want to put him in a scenario where he can't really defend himself for an extended amount of time. But was that pretty much the game plan to just go one series with him?
We wanted to give him a series. We wanted to get him out there. He's still he's a tough guy, and he wanted to be left out there the whole time. But hopefully in the next 2 weeks or so, he can really take the next step with getting that thing close to 100%.
Do you think if he wasn't a senior, if it wasn't senior night and his final game on the blue, do you think that he would have tried to be out there, that he would have been out there tonight?
He probably would have tried. We probably wouldn't have put him out there. But, I do think he's close to being, close enough to going hard and being able, like we say, to defend himself if things don't go just right.
Did you guys have to be careful what you called, or the 2 throws he made were pretty quick passes?
Yeah, and I think he can throw it. We didn't really want to do any runs with him, obviously.
Well, you
but
probably didn't want to be back there long enough to take a sack.
All that stuff, So they did a good job game planning for him.
It seemed like I saw him embrace Gabe when he came off the field. He seemed pretty emotional.
Yeah, absolutely, and he was. I think all those guys were. And then it worked. I think it was great because it worked out good for him. It wasn't a 3 and out. It was about 2 and out in a good way.
Do you expect to have him as an option for the bowl game?
Well, we'll just see. I mean, he's been some time out, and sometimes that last thing to get healed up just takes quite a bit of time. But he's made pretty rapid progress, and so hopefully he can take that next step, and we can all feel good about it.
You talked a lot about the defense this year, but to get that stop there at the goal line and the offense turns it into a 99-yard drive.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome. That was kind of the key of the game, and I think our defense played really well. I mean, that offense is a pain to defend. It really is, and they do a great job with it. I thought for the most part, held them to 10 points. Played some guys late there, and they got another one, but I thought those guys played pretty well.
Darian had the stop there on 4th down. He also had an interception, a couple pass breakups. Seemed like he was everywhere.
Yeah, he's a playmaker, no question about it. That guy, he's around the ball. He's very smart. A guy like that, you can tell he's got really good football instincts. I think our safeties do in general. I think those guys are smart football players, and it shows up making key plays like that.
The last 3 weeks, since that second bye week, it seems like the defense has played maybe a little bit faster, maybe better tackling. What have you seen out of that?
Yeah, all that. I just think we're healthier, a little bit fresher, but certainly healthier. A couple weeks back, I mean, we were running on fumes and just hanging in there and playing guys out of position, and so now we're kind of got some guys back.
You talked about wanting to win one for the seniors and let them go out in style, and just talk about the
Yeah, that's an important thing. I mean, that would be very, very painful to not come out of here, that last game on the blue without a win. Those guys have won a lot here at home, won a lot in general, and to not get that last one would be hard to do.
You said that the Utah State game, you weren't going to worry about that. You had other things to worry about. But when that became a reality and you guys weren't playing for a chance to play in the championship, how did you look at that?
I think you kind of know teams, and you kind of predict what things can happen. And I don't even really go down that road. I mean, that's we had our chances, weeks back and last week, and didn't get it done. So. That's on us.
The conference title is goal 1A, maybe goal 1B is protecting the blue, and this senior class becomes the first to exit with a perfect record on the blue in their senior year in 3 years. And despite all the adversity they battled through, it seems like that'd be pretty.
No question. Yeah, to finish on the blue undefeated, I think is an important thing, And then, to win a bowl game is an important thing. So we still got some big football in front of us.
You just hit a couple of big plays to Jay on those swing passes. That's something you guys saw matchup-wise that you liked in this game? Or?
Not really. We've that's kind of one of our plays, and it's really a read by Grant. He either throws it there, or he can throw it backside, depending on what the linebackers are doing. So he read it good. I think one time we caught him in a blitz, which is what you really like. And Jay's a playmaker. You get the ball in his hands, he's going to make something happen, whether you hand it to him or throw it to him.
I think the last 2 weeks he's got about half of your total
Yeah.
offense.
Well, I think the one thing is we've been trying to get the ball to the playmakers, and he and Matt Miller are the guys who've been making plays, and so they're going to get the ball.
Seems like the bowl picture's wide open.
Yeah.
Preferences?
Not really, because if I say we won't be going there, that's
I know
usually
you
how it
said in
happens.
years past you prefer your seniors to take a bowl trip. This is
Yeah.
one of those years where they could play one more on the blue. Not something you'd be interested in.
Well, we'll just kind of cross that bridge. I think there's a lot of options out there. I do think it's great for the seniors. I think they think this was the last one on the blue, and go to some place that possibly haven't been. I don't know.
What's important for you when you are weighing those factors? Is it the opponent you would play? How do you look at all the?
It's kind of all those things. I think the experience, the opponent. I think they're all kind of woven in there together.
Marcus and Shane.
Marcus. Hopefully we'll get him back. He was sick. And Shane's going to have some surgery tomorrow, but it's not a real extensive surgery. Might get a chance to have him back, even depending on time of it. Possibly, we'll see. In his ankle, bone in his ankle.
And Reese, did he actually get into play, or was he available? Or?
He was available. I'm not sure if he got in or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, not as the guy said, not exactly what they were looking for this year. How do you sum up sort of what this team has done this year and the record they put out there?
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of lessons in this season. You can work your tail off and and do a lot of things right, and still come up. I mean, we came up really short in 2 games. In 2 games, we didn't play nearly well enough, and I think there's some lessons in there that it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen because it's happened in the past. We got to make it happen. We got to scratch and claw, and it always comes down to the details. That's what I think. I think it always comes down, and it all matters, and it's always about details. And I think you look at those games, and you can, sometimes you can see some glaring details, but even the tight ones, it's a detail here and a detail there. And I think these guys will learn that from this as we move forward.
It's been a long time since you guys, lost 4 games, played a game where you were out of it at the end of the season. What kind of challenge is this for the program and for these guys going forward?
I think it's motivating. The senior spoke to the team last night, and it was the first time we really even spoke about our record, and brought it up. But they all kind of did. That it was like, you guys, we need to remember this, and this isn't how we want it to feel. And it was good for those guys to hear that, because we just really haven't spoke about it. And I think we'll be better for it moving forward.
Is it similar for you personally as a head coach? Is it motivating for you moving forward?
Yeah, I think so. When you can, when you win so much, and you can become numb to just little things. I mean, and I think as coaches, we're paranoid about everything, but you worry about, it's just, the Broncos will get it done. And the parity's just too great out there. And, everybody's got good coaches, and everybody's got, good players, and you just see that. And the emotion of the game is up and down. I mean, you look at, the Fresno San Jose game. I mean, just so much on the line, and, things like that happen. And, I get it. You get it. It's so much harder than, people on the outside think it is inside. It's just very hard to, play at a high level at all times and stay at a high level. And there's going to be ebbs and flows, and, you got to learn from them and regroup and be motivated from it.
Was Trevor one of the strongest arms?
He has a very good arm. You really only saw a little portion of it. He can launch.
You talk about her constant goals to lead the program better than you found.
Yeah.
And it's probably pretty easy to just sum that up by a record during their senior year, but there's probably a lot more that goes into that goal. And this is a team that has found a way to, after they've lost 4 times, to battle back and put
every time we've lost, they've come back fighting harder than than maybe we even played the game before. I mean, they never back down. They've been great to coach. They're good kids, the seniors. All those kids are graduated and going to be graduated here in 2 weeks, and they're great guys, and you want to win a few more games, but I think we can all be better for it as we move forward.
How tough is it for you to, when you guys have been to the top, to win those Fiesta Bowls and then to come down? Is it harder to get back up there?
I don't know, but I know this, that we don't focus on the record like you guys do. That's all you guys are into. You win by those games by 1 point the other way. We do that. We're great and we're battlers and all that, and we can't get it done. And so what we worry about is, are we playing to our potential? Are we as good as, are we getting better, and do we play to our potential? We've just had a lot of different things going, like every team does, and lost a lot of guys along the way, and played with not our senior quarterback, and all those things. We can go on and on. And so we're proud of these guys, how they battle. But I do think there's lessons in it, that nothing can be taken for granted. And we'll be better for it moving forward.
Do you think, given the injury situation, all that you mentioned, that you've played to potential?
I'd like us to be a little more consistent. I think at times we've played really good, but I think the bottom line is we'd like to play a little more consistent.
Over the next week, obviously, you might not know where you're headed to until December 8th. So
yeah,
will you guys kind of
well,
buy, or?
Yeah, the guys will get some time off here this week. We'll practice a little bit on the weekend, and coaches will be recruiting. Thank you, guys.